Think about a pitch you're trying to get approved right now, or an ongoing disagreement where logic just isn't working. You've presented the data, you've explained your points clearly, and yet the other person hasn't moved an inch. Robert Greene's ninth law of power suggests a different path. Win through your actions and never through argument. Verbal debates hit a wall because people aren't defending ideas, they're defending their ego. The moment someone feels attacked, logic leaves and pride takes over. Tangible results operate differently. Actions create evidence that is difficult to argue with, bypassing emotional defenses to change minds through observation. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to build a 3-step action-proof framework. This system is designed to help you stop relying on verbal strategies and start constructing proof that speaks for itself. Shifting the focus to physical reality provides a path to agreement that avoids the friction of a direct verbal confrontation. Step 1 starts on your notepad. Look at the argument you've been trying to win and cross it out. In its place, define a minimum viable product, a small, functional prototype you can build immediately. Consider 2 entrepreneurs. The first spends their energy explaining a vision to skeptics, trying to convince them of what could be. The second stays quiet and builds a rough version of the vision. Over time, these approaches yield very different outputs. One creates debates that circle the same drain. The other creates undeniable results. This gives us step 1 of your framework, the prototype. Identify one tangible thing you can build right now, requiring no outside permission. Once you have this prototype, you have to resist the urge to talk about it. Trying to explain why your prototype is good often invites the very same verbal resistance you're trying to avoid. A silent, self-built prototype forces others to engage with a physical reality instead of a theoretical opinion. Now that you've defined your prototype, you need to design the specific environment where your opponent will see it in action. History shows that skeptics are swayed by what they can see and touch. You can argue about the math on a chalkboard for years, but the debate ends the moment the light bulb actually glows. Map out the logistics. Decide exactly how the other person will witness or interact with the result you've created. This is step 2, the demonstration. Your only task during this phase is to remain quiet and let the prototype do the work. Observing a live result allows a skeptic to accept a new idea as a matter of simple observation, removing the need for them to give in to your side. The final phase is to establish a scoreboard. You need to identify the specific, undeniable metric that defines success for your project. When a runner crosses the finish line, their greatness is no longer a matter of debate. Athletes prove their value through physical performance, on the field, not through press conferences. High performance creates an objective truth. When the results are clear, the need for a verbal defense disappears because the critics have nothing left to target. Write down your metric. It might be a specific amount of money saved, a task completed in half the time, or a single successful sale that turns your argument into a fact. This completes the final module of your framework. Step 3, the metric. Cross-reference this metric against your initial disagreement. Achieving this specific result should make further debate impossible to ignore. While promises can be questioned indefinitely, clear performance metrics establish a reality that naturally leads to consensus. With your prototype, your demonstration, and your metric defined, you are no longer preparing for a debate. You are preparing to execute. Success with this framework comes from recognizing the point where words are no longer a useful tool and action must take over. Before your next meeting, ask yourself, should I spend my energy trying to prove this point, or should I build something that proves it for me? It is time to step away from the keyboard, delete the argumentative drafts, shut the laptop, and go build your proof. Arguments create resistance, but executed results create belief.